Star Wars has been arguably one of the most popular film series of all time, with fans all around the world. This multi-billion-dollar franchise has become a cash cow for Disney. Countless festivals have been held in this epic saga's honor, and even weddings. It's revolutionized the sci-fi genre, and without a doubt, influenced films even to today. But what if I told you Star Wars almost never existed? Today we'll take a look at how the persistence of one man gave us the epic series we know today. This man, of course, is George Lucas. Even before Star Wars was in production, George Lucas had a hard time getting a studio to even sign on to the idea. They overwhelmingly disliked the story and repeatedly told him nobody likes science fiction, it's for children. But this didn't stop him. He finally found a producer who said he'd finance it, but even he didn't like the story, only signing on to the idea because he wanted Lucas to make other films for him in the future. Because of this, Lucas had to agree to a budget that was far too low and even had to take a 300% pay cut from his own salary. But finally, his film was in production. His dream was coming true. At the time, there were no VFX studios in Hollywood, which forced Lucas to build his own, setting the budget way back. He encountered malfunctioning electronics and numerous broken props and crew injuries. After only a few weeks into production, a massive rainstorm devastated the VFX studio, destroying many of the props and electronics. Not having enough money or time to rebuild, they were forced to gather whatever survived and even borrow from other films. On top of everything, his cast and crew didn't even believe in the project themselves. In fact, many of them hated it and refused to work overtime. Every day, Lucas would struggle to get his shots before they would all leave. Being an introvert, Lucas found it hard to convey his instructions or feelings to anyone. You know that epic opening, with words rolling up the screen that every Star Wars film begins with? In order to keep that the way he wanted, Lucas had to pay a heavy fine and resign from the Directors Guild. On the edge of a nervous breakdown, Lucas finally saw the finished product, and he hated it. It didn't live up to his original idea, so he had to delay the release for quite a while. This skyrocketed the budget up to almost 50% more. With the star of the film, Mark Hamill, being in a car accident, reshoots were not an option. Finally, the film was complete. However, the studio didn't know how to market the movie, so they didn't. And on May 25th, the worst day of the year to premiere a film, Star Wars was shown in only 35 theaters. Doomed from the beginning, it looked as if the film would fail. But then, the unthinkable happened. Word spread about an extraordinary movie that everyone had to see. People flocked into the theater to watch Star Wars. From movies to comic books, apparel and toys, everyone wanted a piece of Star Wars. Because of the persistence of one man's vision, Star Wars has become a household name. George Lucas refused to give up. He believed in himself when nobody else did. As a screenwriter, you may come to a point in your career where you are much like George Lucas. You will face obstacles and at times you may feel like giving up. But like George Lucas showed us, persistence is key. Thank you for watching and hit that subscribe button for more.